Everyone, it's Paige Bessick back with you today to share with you a video. I've had lots of requests for how to upload a Google document into SeeSaw, so a link in the actual document works. So bear with me. I'm going to show you all the steps and try to go through it quickly, and hopefully this makes sense. So I've created just a quick Google Slides here. We're working on story elements next week, and so I'm just using an example of what I might do. So this is a Google slide, and I want to make this what is character video. I want to make it clickable. So I have a YouTube video that I want to share with my students about what is a character and story elements. So up here, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to go to Safe YouTube. If you have YouTube, please make sure you're using Safe YouTube. I'm just pasting in the link and generating the link here. And then I'm going to copy this and enter it into my Google Doc or my Google slide. Okay, so now I have this that is linkable. So when you're in Google Slides, you're going to want to download this as a PDF. So under File, Download, I'm going to download this as a PDF document. And I'm going to save it to my desktop for now, just so I have easy access. And it's going to download. Now in SeeSaw, you could do this a couple different places. Really quickly, you could do it in Add Student Work. You're going to upload. Select from computer. There's my story elements. Whoops, story elements. Upload. It's right there. I could make this smaller a little bit so it fits on. Whatever you need to do to it, press the green check. Assign to all students. I'm actually in my Basic PD class today to show you this, just because my students have lots of stuff on my other one, and I wanted to keep their privacy. So I'm going to select all students, green check, and then it has been uploaded to the feed. Now, if they were to click on this, this would not be clickable, but anytime you see View Original right here, it's going to upload or open that document in your web browser, where your activity is then clickable. And then there's the link that I wanted. So that's one way to do it. Okay, so I did post student work. You could also send in announcements. The thing with that, though, is obviously with either of those, you cannot schedule it. So say you have an activity that you want to schedule for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new activity. I'm going to browse my activity library. I'm going to go ahead and go to my library. You'll be able to see all the things that my teaching partner, and I have been making. I'm going to go to Create New Activity, and this is where you're going to create an activity like you would. So I'm going to say Story Elements, Character. I would then use the shortcuts. I'm going to say Read a Book. Then this is where it gets kind of tricky. So when you are uploading, you could upload as a multimedia instructions or example. If there's not something that you want the students to respond on, you would do this and they would just be able to view original and click the link to get it. But in my case, I want them to actually draw a character from the story that they have read. So I'm going to add template for student responses. Again, I'm going to go to upload. I'm not going to share the link because it'll go into Drive, and then they'll have to have access to it. So remember, I downloaded it as a PDF, and so I'm going to go to upload, select from my computer. I'm going to go story elements. There's my activity, open, and then you can change this however you want it to fit. This is a little bit small or big, so I want to make it a little smaller. I want to lock it so it can't be moved. I'm going to go ahead and press the green check, and then I can see here that my template is attached. Now, the important part about this is in your instructions, you're going to want to make sure that students are able to look at the instructions and view original. So I'm going to, in here, you're going to say view instructions and click on view original to access the what is character video link. Okay, so that I'll explain that a little bit in a second. So you're going to do all your steps, draw the character, whatever your steps are. If it's just a link, so for example, I just want students to link and watch this, then it would be really easy to just take the link and upload that as an actual link that students can click on. So if it's just one link, I would suggest doing that because then the students have really easy access to just clicking the link. But if you have multiple links or a note, you're going to want to do it this way. Okay, so then when you save it, you're going to go into Assign, and this is where you can then schedule it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. So I'm going to post it in my basic PD so that we have access to it right now and I don't confuse my other students. Now I'm going to go back to class. In my journal, you can see it's posted, but actually we're going to go into activities. So if I were a student, I'm going to just pick a student to be. You're going to notice here's the document that they are adding to, but notice this is not clickable. But if I were to go up to View Instructions and click on the activity, and this is where I can get the View Original. So I know there's a lot of steps here, and it's kind of confusing to students, but then this is where then you can see that I can click and it'll take me to the video. So I really would suggest if it's just a link, one link that you don't have that as a PDF, but that you actually upload that link as your multimedia instructions or examples. But if there is some reason you need to have multiple links and a PDF attached, I would suggest doing it that way. I hope this was helpful. I know there's lots of steps for this one, but as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, or if there's other videos that you think people would find useful, I would love to know those ideas as well, and you can just email me. So thanks again. Have a good night.